Society measures human value through economic output. On this scale, worth peaks in the 50s and drops off a cliff at 60. This framing defines the final decades as irrelevance. For those losing a spouse, labels like dependent or burden become a secondary weight. A 61-year-old widow named Mama provides the counter-evidence to this metric. Her daily reality consists of maintaining a household, cooking for her family, and interceding for them in prayer. The Islamic paradigm recognizes no retirement from being useful to others. The mandate to provide value remains active as long as a person has the breath to speak and the hands to move. Under this framework, an aging parent authors a new chapter of intense spiritual devotion, transforming their later years into a period of high production. This production is visible in the physical exhaustion of Mama's routine, the unseen labor of sweeping floors and preparing meals for others. The concept of Lila, acting solely for the sake of God, functions as a targeted intention attached to these mundane acts. When a chore passes through the filter of Lila, the math changes. It converts a physical task into amal jariyah, charity that compounds over time. Physical fatigue becomes a spiritual deposit, adding to a rising reservoir of permanent value. This conscious application of intent protects the aging mind from the feeling of uselessness. It anchors basic survival to a lasting legacy. Mama's devotion extends beyond her home through her interactions with the neighborhood. True spiritual trust, or tawakkul, requires action. It is often misunderstood as a passive state of waiting for help. The classical metaphor for this trust is a bird that leaves its nest empty-handed in the morning, only to return at dusk fully satiated. The bird receives its sustenance through the physics of momentum. Reliance on God requires ikhtiyar, the actual physical movement to leave the nest. Mama's continuous presence in her community manifests this internal trust. Her movement provides visible evidence of a heart leaning on its creator while hands remain busy. This momentum integrates her into the neighborhood through local study groups and casual interactions with neighbors. These social ties, known as silaturahmi, are described in Islamic tradition as a literal mechanism for expanding one's lifespan and daily sustenance. Within this framework, a warm smile or the sharing of knowledge functions as a high-value currency. Charity is decoupled from monetary wealth. Good character and social proximity create a network of connection. As the central node lights up, the surrounding community routes unexpected opportunities and blessings back to her. For the elderly, true security resides within this robust, actively maintained social and spiritual network, rather than a bank account alone. This daily devotion is witnessed by the next generation, the adult children who observe Mama's relentless activity. A common mistake in elder care is the assumption that a child's duty ends with financial support or the hiring of domestic help. Material-only support treats a parent as a broken dependent. It fails to address their ongoing need for emotional validation and the weight of their grief. The necessary input from the younger generation is emotional presence. This means the labor of calling, the patience of listening, and the commitment to engaging with their daily lives. This tether of communication ensures that the aging parent does not navigate these quiet, final chapters in isolation. By observing how Mama anchors her life to Lila and tawakkul, we find the blueprint for our own futures. In her persistence, we find our lesson. She isn't just surviving, she is showing us how to live with purpose.